Our small 3-person team fell apart and our cohesiveness disintegrated after that. There was one main referee and 2 sideline referees called ARs. Just before the match started, the main referee called the other AR and myself over to talk. Usually this does not happen, as it is assumed that trained referees know what they were doing. The main referee turned out to be a neurotic and authoritative type leader. Then, in a very demeaning manner, asked if we know what we were doing and how to call simple fouls and use basic gestures. Not only did I take offense to this, so did the other AR. We ended up both calling him out on it, but by halftime, his leadership style did not stop and our group synergy fell apart.
I was a part of a team last year that was not good at accomplishing the task we intended to. The team was formed to complete a relatively simple assignment, so our heterogeneous composition was not to our advantage from the beginning. The group was large, had 8 people, but there were several factors that led to the dysfunction and unproductivity. The first was an informal leader who took control of the group without the group's consent. This led to a few of the team members following and listening to him, but it also led to other members of the group breaking off because they didn't like him as a leader. There were now 2 groups within the team and neither were being productive. The group that was following the informal leader was experiencing groupthink because they were mindlessly following their self-appointed leader. The other half was experiencing social loafing because they thought the other half of the group was going to do the entire project. The result of this split was the completion of the project, but it failed to consider several factors that could have improved the assignment, but were not because of groupthink and social loafing.
I was in a group of 5 where we worked on a semester-long project to create a website. This group worked well together because we had a mix of different talents within our group. In our group, we had sophomores, juniors, and seniors, all with different technical experience, and this allowed us to divide up the tasks in a way that matched each group member's strengths. For example, the older members of the group had already had experience with certain languages and tools, so they focused their efforts on the part of the project that the younger group members lacked experience in, while the younger group members worked on other pieces of the project they knew how to do. This meant that we each put equal amounts of effort into the project, but we created group synergy because coordinating what we were working on based off our individual talents allowed us to achieve more than if we were all working separately and not coordinating.
While working with my engineering projects team freshman year, our small team of 3 was able to work so well together due to the presence of a self-appointed leader who trusted me and the other team members to pull our way along with the leader. Not only that, but she led by example, always working the hardest while never being a perfectionist and micromanaging the rest of the team. All group members were the same age, and the leader was able to command attention from the rest of the group without being authoritative or controlling. She was able to bring out the potential of every group member and helped guide our team to complete our project successfully.
A good team requires a leader with high emotional intelligence, who coordinates a group well but doesn't micromanage. This leader would recognize each of their team members' unique strengths and give each member a role that would allow them to succeed or reach their maximum potential. Another trait that a good team has is synergy. Synergy means that each team is composed of diverse individuals with varying perspectives on any given issue. A cohesive team would have complementary skills that allow them to achieve more than the sum of its parts because they have educated debates or functional conflict that improves the quality of their work. An example of something that can lead to an ineffective team is social loafing. Because if someone is not fulfilling their role or doing their share of the work, it can lead to dysfunctional conflict within the group, and with no effective leader to solve this conflict, it can cause irreparable damage to the group's effectiveness. Another thing that can create an ineffective team is groupthink. Groupthink decreases the effectiveness of the team because if a whole team latches onto and supports one idea, then there is no functional conflict to diversify that group's work. Essentially, the effectiveness of a group boils down to how a manager structures a team to maximize the potential of each individual within the team.